Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Symph, Secuna, Red Circle Global, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, inspiring more Filipino entrepreneurs and innovators. We are here now in Makati City in their office to interview Multibook Philippines. We have the COO, David Paman. Hello, David. Kamusta?
Hello. Okay lang.
How are you? Grabe itong office ninyo, no? Malinis and very, vibes actually dito.
Thank you.
I'm actually very interested to know more about Multibook, but I think in a nutshell, it's in the ERP industry, right? It's in that industry. But maybe I'll let you do more introduction, David, So ano nga ba ang Multibook Philippines?
So si Multibook, we actually started out as SAP developers many years ago. And during the pandemic, we got bought out by a company called Capgemini. So, but during that time, using what they learned, well, my Japanese partners learned about ERP systems, we made our own, and it's cloud-based. And our idea is to, because SAP is very expensive. SAP and Oracle is very expensive. So we're trying to make ERP systems more accessible to the market.
Sige. There's a lot to unpack there. I think there are two things that you're doing here. First, maybe para mas maintindihan ng ating audience, ano nga ba ang ERPs? And then second question, I want to ask, maybe after na lang dito, parang, how are you making it more accessible? Yeah. Maybe ERPs muna in general.
So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning Softwares. So it's a software that helps organizations plan out very complex things, from the coordination between accounting, finance, sales, operations. And that's the main purpose of ERP. And then how are we making it more accessible? So one, we're not charging the same as as SAP and Oracle, and we are now, because the way that we made it, it's scalable from startups all the way up to really big enterprises. So the way we price it also is value-based pricing. It's not a one price for all.
Depends the size or
depends on the size of the company. So we sometimes we have some people who are single professionals, like doctors, architects, and then we do their bookkeeping for them on our system.
Like how many? Like for example, for those smaller firms, like startups, like maybe just to give a number, like, and also for them, like maybe for a business, how will they know, or when will they start considering getting an ERP or getting Multibook services?
I think one, if you are doing business in the Philippines, I think you need to have a really good accountant on your side to make sure that you're not taxed
compliance
with the BIR. And I think the next trigger, next trigger that you would need is if you start feeling everything's a little bit more complex, and you don't want to put everything down on a system. So that's when you start to think, okay, maybe I need to go ERP.
Actually, yes. I mean, we're in Startup Podcast, Startup Podcast PH. So I guess baka rin meron dyan mga startup founders na interested. So just to give, kasi yung ibang mga startup founders, even if magulo na, even if very complex na, they still do the things the way they do it. I mean, it's not easy for them to adapt, like, or maybe buy, or maybe avail of like the services, And you also said na parang nga siya, parang interconnection ng mga accounting, ng operations. Maybe can you give an example lang, maybe is this applicable also to, like, first a physical startup, yung parang talaga may actual goods na binebenta, and even yung mga software, yung mga medyo non-physical services, kumbaga.
Sorry, so to preface, before I answer that, one thing also about Multibook is we have two main services. We sell the software, so that's our ERP. So it's we call that our SaaS business, software as a service.
Okay.
The other one is we also have a BPO business wherein we become the accounting firm of the company. So, case in point, one of our recent clients, they're called Candid Coffee. So they're a startup. They're a startup also. So they started off providing coffees for different hotels, and now they have 8 branches in Metro Manila. So Multibook or in an ERP software is applicable for them. So if you imagine handling 8 branches, and then you're thinking about how much coffee beans do I need to distribute across all these 8 branches? How do I assign and track staff on who's going to be in charge in those 8 branches?
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, kasi I've also interviewed other ERP startups here in the podcast. But parang in what I hear from you also, may 2 levels siya. First, in what I hear from before din, this ERP or ERP startups like you, first, improve yung, kumbaga, companies na nasa, maybe meron pa dyan mga medyo legacy systems or mga nagpapapel pa, nagpa-paper and pen pa. And then second, yung parang is also like a larger picture that you can manage the whole thing. So in what I see, parang 2 things siya. Automation, digitalization. Correct me if I'm wrong, and then second is yung parang managing the intercomplexities or like the how connected are the different departments or the different aspects of a business. So is that like the pain point maybe or the problem that you're solving for businesses? Tama ba yun?
Yeah. So you're correct in saying that the pain point would be when you're managing multiple parang facets of your business. It's really, and across different people and different departments, it's really hard to keep track of everything. So having an ERP system would allow you to communicate with one another in one platform. So, for example, your warehouse team might say, "Oh, I need more coffee." So at least they can make an order there, and then the accounting people would know, "Okay, I need to set aside money for the coffee."
Okay, sige. I have a question. Because recently actually, not that recently, but I'm also a part of a startup, and na-realize ko, we actually use Excel.
Yeah.
So, anong difference ng Excel sheets sa when you use ERP?
So, I think with Excel sheets, one pain point is that it's easily editable.
By anyone then, I mean...
And so if, for example, you could make a change to your Excel without even realizing it, and then it breaks the system.
Damay-damay na lahat.
Damay-damay na. Second, the Excel is only as good as the logic that you can place in. And it's not a communication tool. So even if you keep track of your details into Excel, there's still that act of being able to transmit that information to different key people in your org.
Yeah, very true. I realize, kasi although pwede kang mag-connect ng Excel to Excel, pero ang bagal na no, kung tinonect mo yun, no? So, I think this automatically nako-communicate nga, natatransmit yung changes, yung information to all the interested departments, right?
Yeah. And I think with most ERPs also, parang majority of them have this feature na it's, how do I say, there's an audit trail. So once you put in data there, that data, you can use that data as a source of truth. So it's difficult to, or say na, nagkamali ako sa data.
And you can pinpoint where, if ever lang, saan nagmula yung error, or tama ba?
You can pinpoint where the error is, and then talk to your team and figure out how to avoid it in the future.
Ayan. Sige, now let's go back again sa when you said there are like 2 services, mainly by Multibook. There's the SaaS type and like the BPO style accounting. Maybe we discuss maybe yung SaaS style. So how do you do that actually?
So most of our clients for the SaaS ones are normally they're already quite large. And they have a lot of complex needs, and they already have an accounting team, and they just need tools in order to
for communication nga, for communicating the changes in the Inventories, money,
Yeah.
accounting.
Mostly these are like accounting people, and they're probably using QuickBooks or Zero,
Zero, yeah.
but they're finding that kulang na siya. It's not enough, especially to be compliant with Philippine regulation.
Yeah, actually, I remember, even if you use Zero, for example, and if you use Excel, manually mo pa rin ililipat yung mga changes eh.
Yes.
If you change the Excel, manually mo pa rin gagawin sa
Yes.
Zero. Yeah.
Yes. So that's mostly our SaaS clients. These are growing companies who need a more mature ERP system.
Is it okay to ask, like, sorry, what industry are yung mga clients na ito? Or like, ano yung pinaka...
Very vast. So actually, we just started last October. I started last October full time, and then the team was complete April. So still relatively new. So majority of our clients right now are mostly manufacturing companies.
But these manufacturing companies, they have physical stocks, so is it are ERPs more useful for them because they have my warehouse, my stores?
Yes, to a certain extent, yes. Kasi manufacturing companies are a little bit more complicated because you have to time the deliveries, monitor inventory levels. But we also have a few restaurants. We also have a few consulting businesses, like they're software developers.
No physical,
Yeah, no physical goods.
What do they use the ERP for?
Mainly for compliance with the BIR.
So accounting side. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So ano ba, like when a client avails of Multibook, they choose ano yung parang applicable for them. Kasi maybe hindi naman applicable nga yung parang inventory or so it's also like customizable somehow for them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they can pick which modules to activate. I think one advantage that we have is since we're a SaaS model, we try to make sure that we always make sure that our software is already compliant with whatever BIR standard is. So we'll upgrade that for the clients free of cost. Because our mission is to make sure that our clients can just focus on their core strengths. So usually marketing or whatever product they need to push. Then leave all of your back office to us or back office to the system so that the things that make you money, you can focus on that.
What's the selling point pala? Kasi I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of ERP companies out there. As you said, si SAP nga, di ba? Which is maybe for sure a large competitor. Although, medyo yung price nga yung parang usapan dun. So, for Multibook?
So, normally in business, you either compete on price or in services. So, I think there are only a very few companies that can compete on both. So I'm aspiring to be able to compete on both price and the value of our services.
Value for money, kumbaga. Affordable price. I mean, not expensive price, but same level, same quality, kumbaga, of service.
Yes. Well, hopefully better quality.
Better. Oh, I see.
Than our competitors.
Actually, there's another thing pa that I want to ask. Kasi actually, medyo share ako ng onting background ko. I have an IE background in industrial engineering. And meron kaming course dati na SAP mismo. As in, we have an elective course, SAP mismo. And one common problem daw is it's very hard to deploy. It's very hard to, ititrain mo pa yung mga engineers or yung mga employees ng company. And if ever you need to customize nga, medyo matagal pa siya. Is that an issue for...
Yeah, so I think that's one of the pain points with SAP. And traditionally, when I've seen several SAP implementations here, they're usually done by IT people.
In-house IT people.
Yeah, the IT people of whoever's selling SAP.
Okay.
Which tama naman din kasi sila yung magde-develop eh. Sila yung magko-code. So what I am doing differently here is that the people implementing are either accountants or business people who can speak the language of our clients and translate it into code.
Parang yung mga business analyst or ganun. But that means that means also na hindi ganun complex somehow yung like yung back end ninyo. Tama ba?
It's
I mean in a good way kasi it's easily understandable, it's easily usable.
I think that for a lot of the back end systems like accounting, HR, I think most of them are pretty standard.
Okay, okay.
It's more the exception that there would be companies with very different accounting policies.
Mm.
And so we make a big effort in going in there and understanding how they're currently doing things.
Mm-mm.
And then we tell our clients, so we call it our fit gap analysis. So
Yeah.
we tell them, hey, this is how you're currently doing it. This is how the
Yes.
system's doing it.
Mm-mm.
Do you want to change or should we change this for you? And 9 times out of 10, they will just change to how the system is.
Oh. Okay. I think by you saying that parang lumilitaw din na isa sa mga core din of Multibook is you somehow you adapt or parang you not just give the solution to them. You also
Yeah.
really know what's fit nga for them and really ask how to solve their pain point, and then you
Yes.
solve that for them.
Yes.
You give your solution to them para sakto talaga yung problem solution fit or yung
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because if I've heard so many SAP horror stories where they failed their implementation, or actually even now we have some clients who are using SAP but still can't use the whole feature.
Yes.
And they talk to us, hey, can Multibook do this for us?
Oh. Yeah, actually, I've heard of those stories nga. Bumili na no? Bumili na ng subscription or bumili na and then hindi
They bought
naman
the
nagagamit
license.
ng maayos.
Yes.
Yes, oo. So I think Multibook then also has that commitment that if you buy from us, you will really be able to use.
Yeah. And I think it's I can see why our competitors would do it that way. So they just need to make the sell.
Yeah.
So with us, at least for the team, I'm really driving home that we need to serve our customers.
Yes.
We need to make sure that they're going to be successful.
Oh.
We're not just here to sell.
Yes.
They need to be successful also.
That's nice. That's super nice.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
Protect your assets from bugs before bad hackers exploit them, and launch your products seamlessly with Secuna, your trusted partner in cybersecurity. Receive reports in real time and work with security experts to find bugs in your products before others do. Let's make your security our priority.
Running a business? Make it smarter with Red Circle Global. Streamline operations, boost productivity, and manage everything in one powerful ERP system. Book your free business demo today at redcircleglobal.com, guided by one of our top experts.
Sige, let's go muna sa mga stories behind Multibook. So, but maybe David, can you tell us a bit of your background then, and paano nga ba? You mentioned kanina that this came from SAP developers, so how did Multibook really came into life, or paano siya naging company, paano siya naging business talaga?
So, it's a long story, but so my background, I studied. So I was homeschooled, and I was able to be lucky enough to get a scholarship in Enderon for their entrepreneurship program. And my main goal was really to have my own business one day. But I also recognize that there are a lot of things that I don't know. So, and also because I wanted to be able to provide for my family na. So it didn't make sense to me to go full 100% startup first.
True. True yun, to be honest. Kasi mahirap, very risky din naman to have a startup agad-agad. So, it can be shaky, no? So, I think okay din na may financial
there's a financial stability first.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So what I did was I was lucky enough to find this company that allowed me to be an entrepreneur. So I was someone in their organization just dedicated to making new businesses.
Business development? Parang
Yes, business dev.
Okay.
So my former job was that this company had a lot of land, and my job was to go to the land, pitch a business. If they liked it, I get to build it. So that is my first few years. I was just focused on that, and then after that, I joined the fintech company, leading their finance team. I'm not an accountant, but I was lucky enough that they trusted me to lead their accounting team.
But maybe also financial analysis, ano? I mean...
Financial analysis, yes. So, I had to be kind of like an avatar, the last airbender, like master of marketing, accounting, operations. That was my logic.
Okay.
So, I was praying for like, hey, is this time for me to make my own thing? I had several other startup ideas in the works that I've been working on. And then sakto, like right after I prayed, one of my friends called me and said, Dave, can you take over something for me? So that's how I met Multibook. So they needed someone to start a business here in the Philippines.
Where are they from?
They're from Japan. So
okay.
Multibook is Multibook, they had offices all over the world, but mostly SAP developers. And then they needed to find a team and invest in a team to start up something here in the Philippines. So they needed to start up a BPO business, and they needed someone to help push Multibook and develop it further.
I'm curious though, why did they choose the Philippines?
Strategically, we speak really good English.
Okay.
And our level of education is pretty high.
Okay, yeah.
Very close to US standards, like first world country standards. And our rates are very competitive.
Okay. I mean, but this Japanese-based company, their clients are not from Japan. Their clients are...
They're mostly Japanese clients, but they used to serve companies here in the Philippines, companies in Hong Kong, the Netherlands.
Okay.
So they closed down their office, I think, 2015 here in the Philippines, and it's only last year when they started again.
But now, Multibook Philippines, it's really for Philippine companies or not?
It's really for Philippine companies.
For Philippine companies. Yeah. Oh, I see.
So this is a different flavor of startup. So, it's corporate.
Yeah.
In a sense that my funding was secured.
Yeah. May pinanggalingan siya ibang entity somehow.
Yeah. But it's a startup in a sense that it's a new market, a new team.
Yes.
So actually I was talking to the owner back then. He doesn't want us to be identified as a Japanese company. He wants us to be identified as a Filipino company.
Yes.
This is something that is led by the Philippine team for Filipinos.
But you still report to him regularly. I mean, to the Japanese.
Yeah.
And do they have like parang in the decision making, for example, in hiring, in running the company, in getting clients, do they still have a decision, or do they really let you go?
They let me hire my own team. They let me. There are some decisions that I would. There are some decisions that I consulted them about.
Oh yes, of course.
They've really let me just run the company the way I see. I see that it needs to be run.
Maybe of course they just care about the funding and if ever ano ba parang may ROI pa ba kumbaga or parang good pa ba yung nagiging condition ng funding?
Oh yeah. So they gave me a good runway to
Okay.
build the team, and I'm happy to report that we're almost break even.
Oh wow. Oh, since October, since
Yeah. So
oh wow.
Yeah. So
wow, that's less than 1 year.
less than 1 year. So very 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 good.
Oh.
So I secured all of their salaries already.
Actually, good thing you mentioned that. Parang yan yung masakit sa ulo. I mean, in na kasi I mean, by the way, how large is the team now? How many?
We're about 12.
12. Yeah, so speaking of that, medyo headache yun somehow for founders eh. Kasi salaries, ang pinakamalaking expense actually for a startup lalo na. Yan actually nag-make up ng bulk ng operational runway mga And also, not just as an expense. Kasi you really have to secure cash para may bahayad kada payday yung mga employees. But anyway, speaking of that, so how was it when you started? So mag-isa ka lang ba talaga when you started?
So I think I was alone from October to about January. So I was just building, like writing all the processes, planning everything. From March until now, talagang sell. So now we're almost break even. Maybe like 95% done.
And by the way, when you say sell, these are so subscription to. So ano ba to, like 1 year? I mean, how long are the plans?
So at least with ERP systems for the SaaS business, they're hopefully perpetual because it's very difficult to migrate from one system to the other.
Stickiness. May ang tawag dyan.
Yeah, there's stickiness too.
Yes, Kasi when, parang lang yan sa mga Apple tsaka Android phones na if nasa isang ecosystem ka na or nasa isang ERP system ka na nga, it's hard to
So the only reason why they would move is if they're unhappy with us.
Super unhappy actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
because it's really such a huge endeavor to transfer systems. So I'm hoping that the team can make sure that they're happy.
Speaking of that team of 12 pala, so you have operations there na yung parang yung support, yung parang tech, yung nagsusupport for these clients.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of CPAs. And a bunch of really good bookkeepers.
Yeah.
And business analysts. Yeah.
Business analysts yung parang talagang okay. And then another thing I'm curious, and I hope you can share and I think this will be very valuable to our startup founder listeners. Yung sell. How did you sell?
So this is actually my first time being able to sell to clients. So,
actually, as a business development dati, hindi ka naman directly nag-sell, no?
Yeah.
You just parang strategize, plan, but you have your sales people pa.
Yeah.
You manage them, right?
Yeah. And I think my learning was watching how people sell to me.
Oh.
Because before I was on the client side, people would sell to me their solutions.
You mean for the suppliers, mga ganun?
Yeah, like someone wants to pitch us a new software or they pitch us a new project. I'm usually the one evaluating.
Yeah.
So it is different for me to be on the other side of the table. So what we did was I'm lucky that we were able to find a really well-connected Japanese professional here. And we've been doing code pitches in various organizations, like with pitch Multibook, and then from there maybe get like 30 leads.
What kind of events? What kind of are these?
There are a few in most industrial parks, like CPIP or Capital Park. They usually meet once a month and just like talk.
These are closed events, Closed events.
Closed events. So we're lucky enough to be able to pitch, say hi, hello. We're Multibook.
Oh, wow.
And then once we get in, they're the ones who say, "Hey, can you pitch to us?"
Yeah, and I wonder, wala ba silang ERP pa na ginagamit dati?
Most of them do, but they're unhappy with them. Or there's a need that their current ERP cannot address. So I'm lucky that they're unhappy with their current ERP systems.
This is interesting. I mean, the fact na napalipat mo sila.
Yes.
No? And these are large, no? I mean, these are large companies, as in size-wise.
Some of them are pretty large. But some of them are also surprisingly, they don't have ERP systems yet. they've just been using Excel or QuickBooks, and then they're saying, "Nah, this is not working for us anymore."
Interesting. So, what's the process like? So, for example, you pitch and then like I'm curious about the onboarding part kasi you also have to parang teach or train or yun nga yung parang deployment sa kanila ano. So, mas madali na ba yun or
So, I think ERP systems, and for any other ERP companies listening to this, it's very sales driven. So, normally the companies choosing us aren't choosing based solely on the product, but they're also choosing based on who you're talking to. So, because it's a B2B thing,
yes.
it's not just price, it's not just product, but it's also how am I presenting or how am I communicating to the client.
I think ang term dito is correct me if I'm wrong, parang reliability. Parang they try to estimate by your pitch, your reliability. Kasi B2B, usually long-term partnership, Hindi lang siya yung parang, transaction.
Yeah.
So, they really value yung reliability. And long-term nga, parang maasahan ka ba nila yung long-term. Tama, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's why I'm very sincere when I say, like, I really want to make sure that my clients are successful also.
Yeah, but I'm curious. Maybe you're a good pitcher. Maybe you're. Is it? I think it's not that easy to communicate that you'll be like a very reliable long-term partner.
Um,
Or maybe when you pitch ba may slides or may ano?
Mix of both. Slides, but slides, and I talk to them also. Well, so before I went to before I didn't go to college right away. I was out of school youth for 4 years before I went to college, but mainly because I was serving in our church. So I was a missionary for a while. So I would like to think that there's like they can hear the sincerity when I say I want to make sure that you're successful.
Trust nga rin talaga.
Yeah.
Trust.
And I'm really funny. Like, I hope I'm funny.
But maybe that's part of connection, I mean, I think this is actually what I want to ask about sales kasi yun nga magkaiba siya yung parang sales lang or parang sales or parang just basically pitching and selling the product, the item, and yung parang showing and making them trust you talaga for a long-term partnership or commitment.
Well, okay, so I guess I can see what you're trying to draw for me, but I think my approach is I spend my first few meetings with them understanding what their pain points are. So I don't pitch my solution. I'm not saying that I will solve everything.
Okay.
So I spend the first few meetings just asking, hey, what's your pain point? How can I solve it? Most of them actually can't be solved by Multibook. Some of them are other issues that I can no problem help. And then there are some problems like should be able to be solved by using Multibook. So that's where I pitch.
Yeah, okay. Now that I think of it, pag B2B, this is B2B talaga, and this is big B2B kasi long term na, big companies pa, Parang rin maybe yung fact na also the fact that you understand and you even try to understand kasi sometimes baka pag sales you don't really understand them their pain points so I think the fact that they feel and they observe that you really want and really try to understand their pain points doon nabubuo yung trust nga and yung kumbaga yung perception nila that you will be a reliable B2B partner. What do you think of that? So
yeah, maybe that's also. And then another critical thing also is there's also discipline in doing sales, like making sure that you're being able to communicate all your points and being able to articulate back to the client that, hey, I understand what you're going through. And being able to follow up on that consistently and regularly. There are a lot of I've seen a lot of companies like when they pitch to me, they'd pitch me something and not get back to me for like 2 months. So nawala na yung interest.
Yeah.
So there's a discipline also in making sure that you're following up.
Follow through.
Follow
Yeah.
through.
Oh. We learn here. We learn sales, sales and partnerships, kumbaga na aspect. Anyway, David, do you have other parang co-leaders or parang co-executives or co-founder, kumbaga?
Yeah. So there are two other key people in my operations. One is the Japanese guy. His name is Manami-san, or now he's Manami. So he's in charge of sales and business dev. And then Erin Bukoy, she is our lead CPA. But since she's on the operation side, she's the head of operations, not head of accounting.
But and you're the COO, right? So, but that's the overall.
I'm the overall, so I'm in charge of making sure that. Actually, medyo iba na yung role ko this time. So before, I was the guy doing the nitty gritty. But now I realize that my role is making sure that everybody on my team are empowered to do what they need to do.
Hindi ba CEO din yun? Parang CEO din siya. Kasi when you're CEO, Chief Executive Officer, you really, parang oversee and empower nga the entire, each department, everyone.
Yeah, I think the reason why I didn't push for the CEO title is because we were too small and
Okay.
too small to be a CEO.
Okay.
So CEO is long-term strategic.
Okay.
CEO also has an eye on the day-to-day operations.
Yeah, day-to-day. True. And now, speaking of that, actually medyo towards our end of our conversation na tayo, if I may ask you parang strategy or direction now that you have secured nga yung parang break-even-ish ni Multibook. I'm just curious, for a B2B company, how do you distinguish or how do you allocate yung capacity sa sales and yung parang now yung after sales? Kasi sales, you onboard clients, and then parang after sales, you retain them and you make them, you continue to make them happy, you make sure they're not unhappy, So nagkaroon ba ng parang change in allocation, change in direction since October or since January, when you really push the sales?
So I told the team before that sales is not any one person's job. It's the job of everybody. So even down to the bookkeepers interacting with the clients, they also have a responsibility for sales, making sure that they're able to communicate things on time, being able to serve them properly. So it's not just any one person's job. It's everybody's job here.
That's a very nice lesson, or that's a very nice.
But it's very difficult then. It's a service mindset. Like how some people have it innately, but some people will need to develop it. But the idea is that when I do work, it's because I'm trying to serve other people. Like, how do I help the other people as much as I can? So I think if I have that culture down with my team, then hoping that my after sales will be successful.
Yes.
My sales will be successful.
That's a good thing. That's a good word you mentioned, yung culture. And now that I think of it, parang it's also up to the COO or the CEO nga if it will be a culture of compliance only, or compliance, basically doing what the customers want, compliance, or maybe yung parang relationship wise, taking care. I think that's a different level din, yung parang showing them that you really kumbaga care and continue as a reliable partner. And meron pang third, I think, culture. So compliance, relationship, and yung parang selling or parang pushing more things somehow.
Like upselling,
yeah. Or you don't.
So for me, kasi parang it's a little bit sleazy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can have, you can do this for you for a price.
Agree.
So it's not really that. It's, I think the critical thing is when I talk to my client, what I'm trying to build with my clients is the idea of expectation management. So I think most conflicts would start because people aren't aligned on expectations. So there are very clear boundaries when I talk to people. So if I feel like what I'm doing is outside of the expectations that we both agreed to, then I'll politely say, hey, I think we need to talk about
True.
the commercial costs. Are you okay with this?
Gets.
And if I know I'm successful, if when I tell them that, they say, yeah, I totally agree. You've been doing a lot for us. Let's talk about how we can help you.
That's very nice to hear. So parang ano rin, no? Of course, you give them this free stuff or yung parang free ano. But I think also at the end of the day, ano rin siya eh. You give out this free or maybe parang discount ano. Pero at the same time, that's also somehow maintaining yung long term na kasi when they subscribe pa, when they pay pa, may return din naman yun. Tama ba?
It's true, but I don't think I don't think of it as transactional.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
okay.
I think if the moment that the clients think that things are transactional or they feel like they're on a taximeter, that's when parang the flow of communications isn't so good. So like when I say I will help you with this one, I don't want them to think that, oh no, David's gonna charge me.
True. But I guess ano naman siya, parang as you said nga sa expectations, dapat malinaw sa start yung parang yung parang ito yung napag-agreehan na contract or parang commercial agreement na.
Yeah.
But sometimes you give some for free but kailangan talaga aligned pa rin doon.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for our last part, vision, David. So ano nga ba ang wala pang 1 year si Multibook, no, but actually very huge na ang kanyang milestone as a startup, but maybe when you took on this job of starting up si Multibook, what's like the vision or like yung parang maybe 5 years na nakikita for Multibook?
5 years, I want us to be the number 1 ERP on the country. I want to be able to say that we beat SAP. Sorry, SAP.
That's okay.
So I want to be the number 1 ERP in the country. That's the financial goal. But for our team, like I want the people in my team to be like the best possible versions of themselves. That's
Wow.
But I want them to be like really well-rounded people.
Yeah.
Because after our goal is after we do Philippines, we need to replicate this to Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, New York. Dream big. But that's a goal. Like we want to be able to replicate this. And I think it really begins with having really good people on the team.
But when you said na parang you want to be the number 1 in the Philippines, and yung parang napag-usapan natin kanina that you're not just transactional, you're more of into the trust or kumbaga the serving parang that's I mean that's wonderful to see na yung biggest ERP provider sa Pilipinas ay actually not a very commercial, not a very profit, or parang not a very sales looking na company, but a company that really nasa culture kumbaga yung pag-serve. What do you think of that?
Yeah. So because of people always mistake that you would have to compromise somewhere in order to be profitable. But I think that it's very much possible to be ethical and profitable at the same time.
Actually.
So my professor called it once parang moral imagination, like how morally imaginative is a company that they're thinking about making sure that every deal that they do is a win-win situation, not a win-or-lose. It has to be win-win.
I like that. I mean, ang ganda, no? I mean, in a larger sense, parang mga company sa Pilipinas, mga startups sa Pilipinas, ganun, hindi lang really profit-looking, kundi we become the number 1 companies in our industries, not just because of the revenues or the profit that we bring in, but at the same time, retaining that culture, that morals nga, that ethics then somehow.
Yeah.
So,
so we want to be able to. So when people think of Multibook, it's like, okay, let's talk to them because I know they're going to help us out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also the message that it brings. Na Multibook is once again will be a reliable ERP provider or
a solutions provider.
Solutions provider. Yeah.
I like that.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Ayun. I think we'll end our conversation with that. Thank you, David. By the way, if our listeners want to know more about Multibook, baka meron siyang business or company who want to use Multibook, who want to avail of the SaaS ERP or yung accounting BPO style na service. So, how can they know more? Maybe you can lead them to the website or social media.
So you can go to www.multibook.com.ph for our website. We're also on LinkedIn, Facebook, or you can email me at david@multibook.com.ph.
Ayun. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. Thank you very much to our 60 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner with certifications on Lean Six Sigma, product management, data science, and more. Pixel by ePlayment. Turn content into opportunities and funds into real community with Pixel by ePlayment. Sign up now at pixel.eplayment.co. School of Profits, Filipino-led community for aspiring freelancers, VAs, agency builders, and online earners. Built to help you start, grow, and earn online together. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner. Early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Agile Data Solutions, the Philippines' fastest growing market insights tech company with data gathering platform Hustle PH. Smile Checks, streamline hiring and onboarding with automated background checks. Cloud CFO, cloud accounting service provider for businesses ready to grow. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Diabetes, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO services, bookkeeping and tax and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. School Tech, all-in-one AI integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They have a referral program for people who can bring in new clients. You might know a Western-based business that needs better support. Britanna, enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design for emerging markets. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car-sharing marketplace. Divico Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Lablog, Sugbodok, JIA Engineering Solutions, Algacon Aquafeeds 1 Alj, Grey Wolf Technologies Philippines, Pareto Consulting, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Pahatid PH, Wistless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohey Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeSham, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.